Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're all having a good day. There's CTY 360. Good morning. I always feel like I'm forgetting something in the morning. Probably because I am, but I need an actual checklist. All right. Well, I'm done waiting. My chair has developed a squeak. Actually, I'm going to see if I can adjust that. Can't do anything. Need a number 2 Phillips. All right. That's better. A little lower. All right. So where did we leave off yesterday? Everything seems to be running. We were working on cookies and pulling stuff out of Flash in order to get it to show up, right? Let's look at the Flash template. Yeah, here we were getting the data out of Flash. But Flash we weren't saving there. Hold on. We added a little stub. Event dot take Flash. Something like that. Yeah, it's good enough for now. Let's go back over to event. So here's where we set it. Oh, we were working with the cookie jar. That's right. Here, cookie jar. All right, cool. So the cookie jar is not filled, and we fill it. Is our font right? That's about right. Okay. Could be a little. Yeah, there we go. What's that? 32? I'm looking at this number here. Hey, good morning, Midnight Muffins. In the middle of making brownies, so you won't be chatting much. Well, welcome. Oh, what kind of brownies are you making? That sounds delicious. It looks like we can get the cookie jar here. And at this point, when we take flash, we want to take a specific cookie. Set the cookie jar dot. Did they have a remove cookie on this? There's a cookie struct. Oh my. Chocolate, blueberry, and walnut. Ooh, instant coffee. Oh, wow. That sounds delicious. Hmm. A removal cookie is a cookie that has the same name as the original cookie but has an empty value, a max age of 0, and an expiration date set far in the past. Cool. So we need to give it a static cookie to remove. Okay. Good morning, Nightshade Dude. Does that give us the cookie back? No, it doesn't. Interesting. So we get the cookie and then we pass it in. So we ask for it by name. Did I hear about the sensitive burglar? I didn't. He takes things personally. Ah. Let me get the time off there. Oh. Silly, but it's funny. Ah. Still waking up. Expected cookie. Found reference to a cookie. It looks like we have to. So we get a reference there. We don't want the reference because we're going to remove it from the original one. We have to go into owned on it. Found signature of FN cookie. Really? Oh, it takes self. Well, hmm. Okay. Remove cookie. Okay, where's the water? Go. I don't know where my cup went. My little blue insulated cup. It's in the thermos lid. All right. Gonna be getting my mustache wet today. Okay, so now we have our little remove cookie function. We should return the cookie. Let's rename it. Just a cookie. Is it going to want lifetime parameters on that? Or is there a default on cookie? Oh, it should want that. Okay. Now, how do we get the contents of the cookie? Value. What's the difference between value and raw? Oh, one's a reference to a stir. That's an option. If self was not originally parsed from a raw string, returns none. Oh, I see. That's fine. It's because we could have parsed and coded. So we'll just call value. What are we going to do with that? Let's do some decoding on that. I think all of our cookies, like when we go to set a cookie, that sort of stuff, we should be doing the URL encoding of the data. Same thing that we're doing in parse. Post data here. We need to wrap all this up in something else because we need to hide how we're actually managing the data on this. They support this parse encoded. We're not going to toss this percent encoded feature in there. It's already available in JavaScript, the percent encoded. Patatas do Papa. Good morning. Just watching Ora Niwa's stream yesterday. He was playing Tales of Majel. Looks. I've got that game. It is a lot of fun, but it is immense. Like as a beginner, I have no idea like how to like really get started. I get into the dungeon and die. Not far in. Um, let's. Oh, you missed him yesterday. Yeah, I watched the VOD actually. Jar. All right, we're going to move this stuff. We're gonna hide this type of cookie jar. All right. Oops, wrong one. That one. Obstruct. Cookie jar. Hey, Twiddly Doof. When will my OnlyFans account be available to public? OnlyFans. I don't I don't know what that is. I have to search. Oh, interesting. I don't know. Fancy. I don't know that's something that people would really want here. I could be completely wrong though. A wraparound cookie jar. For crypto, who is best, Rust or Objective Camel? Oh, Philippe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. OCaml can be compiled down to native code, and it runs really fast too, doesn't it? At that point, I'd look at community and library support. Rust is good for crypto. There are jobs popping up for crypto and Rust constantly, so I imagine it must be. It's one of the things that you see is that people are trying to hire Rust devs for crypto work. Right. Generate no. Mm. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for the bits. I gotta stand up. Sometimes the edge of that adjustable stool just hits like a nerve just wrong in my leg. Gotta find a different one or a different leg. I don't mind standing though. All right, so we're gonna have that and that. We're going to change this to create cookie jar. Get rid of that. Good. All right. So if we go back to event, we've got a couple of functions here. Let's No. Replace with qualified path for use. It's our cookie jar. We've got a new for that. It's good. And this should probably be in there. We're going to take a reference to the headers, but not actually. Okay. Gonna get rid of the check there. You followed just for the voice. Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. It's funny. My kids will tease me that I have a streaming voice. You like the first? Oh, well, thank you. You're gonna make me self-conscious about it. Morning, Master. Thank you for the follow. Oh, and where did Mitch go? Oh, I forgot to follow. There we go. Bit leader. Yes, you are. You are absolutely the bit leader. All right. So we need to create a new cookie jar. And in order to create the cookie jar, we will initialize it halfway. We're going to halfway initialize it. Okay. This will be a reference to a request. Exists some function to resolve. In Rust? Not really. Because Rust doesn't have ternary. Yeah. No, that's all right. No need to be sorry. We will store the request cookie. Let's see the cookie header. That'll be an option to a string. So if we have one, we're going to store that. Cookie header is equal to request. Where was it? Headers.get cookie. That's where it is. All right, now this get will return a result. Great result. cookie header. Toss that on there. Oh, it returns an option to a string? Well, in that case. Okay. Nope, I was wrong. It was actually getting the type information from the return type. There we go. So we have our cookie jar. We have, let's see, a new self. That result is bubbling up in the constructors. I'm not a big fan of that. I like constructors that don't fail. And the only reason it can fail is because of that get. And that's on the request headers. How can this possibly fail? If it's called on a null object or something? If the given name is not the name of an HTTP header, this method throws a type error. What? What? Well, we should just map that to none. If the given name is not the name of an HTTP header, it throws a type error. Okay. Well, we can undo this then. So we'll call OK.flatten. Yeah. Option. The method collect exists for enum, but its traits were not satisfied. What do we have here? So option returns, well, this here returns a result to an option. We could transpose. Can we transpose that? Oh, flat's experimental there. That's on result. Hmm. Discarding the error. This is what we want. But we also want to flatten that. So that should create one. Okay, no, that's working. Cool. All right, now let's go back to event, remove the crate bit here. What is going on there? All right. Let's have this one call the other one. Oh, we can't. We, hmm. It's not like we can create one of those either. Oh, that would be neat if we could. Okay, so we will have a cookie jar, but this can now be public because it's our type and we're going to control what can happen on it. We're lazy loading the cookies elsewhere. So let's move this. Just going to toss it just in here somewhere for a moment. Okay. Do we need to remove cookie here? Probably not. Should also be in here somewhere. All right. Can we use their cookie or do we need some other kind of cookie? Let's see if we can use theirs. Self.cookie jar. This should be jar. And the first thing we have to do is initialize it if it doesn't exist. All right. So if we still have, what is it, cookie header, we're going to consume that. We should probably do just a take on that. So we'll have cookie header. Remove that. Okay. Delete that. This goes in here. Oops. So now we have the cookie header. We split it, parse it into owned, add original cookies to the jar. Now, if everything goes well, let's return a result. Not a result, just a reference to the cookie jar. Hey, J. Victor Vo, thank you for the follow. We're currently working on the cookie jar. Fretlo by 64, thank you. We're going to have remove cookie. I thought there was something I missed in here. Ah, no. That was already taken care of. So, what's next? So now we have the option to remove a cookie. And we can get that. I want to be able to change the value of it though. So let's see, where's our cookies? Here. So we could either create one. Can we set the value? We can. So we could get the value And then we could set the value. Whenever we remove or return a cookie, we have to decode it, right? And that's one of the reasons why we're creating this wrapper, so that whenever a cookie is added, we can add some percent encoding to it. Whenever it's retrieved, we can percent decode it. Cookie does support that, but we don't want to bake that in. Not using their functionality because it's going to pull in another library. And because we're running in WASM and we're trying to keep the WASM file size small, we're being very cautious about what we bring in. So in this case, we're running inside of a V8 instance, like the JavaScript runner for Chrome. So we have access to a number of functions from Chrome and can do some decoding with that. Shelby, good morning. Thank you for the follow. By Size 3D Bot. Bite-sized bot. That's had to reread that one. All right. So we got remove cookie. But I don't think that's the right, like something a little wrong with that. I would like a consistent place where we could convert things on the way out. Hey, good morning. Good afternoon, good evening. Not sure where to put that. I'm going to go ahead and stuff it on this for now. Cookie dot set value. Hmm. Why don't we create a trait? It's not going to be public trait. Um, Convert, transform, encode, decode. Hmm. Oh, okay. We're going to take those by consuming self, return a new one with the value updated. We could probably do this in a different way. Oh, yes, we are missing the lifetime. Okay. Now we have to get the value. Let value is equal to self dot value. Turns a stir. Now we will call the encode URI component here, which we have to give it a stir. Luckily, it's a value. But we do get a JS string back out. We have to convert that back to a Rust type. So we'll take that from that type into a Rust string. And now we will call set value on self. Oops. All right, does that fail? It does not look like it. Okay. Then we return self. Now, for decode, pretty much do the same thing. Okay, there's that. This returns a result though, because you might not be able to decode it. That makes sense. Well, if there is an error, well, I don't think we're actually going to deal with too much of that. Okay. Oh, what's going on here? Decode has incompatible type trait. Oh, yes, because of the trait. No, no, no. There we go. Create result to self. Cookie.decode. And if we couldn't decode it, but we received an error. Is the trait not in scope? Right there. It's in scope. How could it not be more in scope? Oh, it's an option to a cookie. Um, hmm. Now the return type's wrong. It has an error. Transpose that. Now we still have a result to an optional cookie, but I think that's more correct. There we go. Come back to event. So we're trying to take the flash cookie and return that value. However, now we have some errors that need to bubble up and out. Remove cookie. Now we have an option to a cookie. And we're going to have to map this type. And the problem is that C dot is my save command in Vim. So I can't type C dot there. Hardly ever happens, but that's so funny. We could actually do a cookie value here. Return that type. Oh, import cookie. No. It's a borrowed cookie. A borrowed cookie sounds bad. It doesn't sound appetizing. It's like you have to give it back. I don't think we want that. Okay, K for cookie. You know, value. See, we're supposed to be returning a vector of strings. One for each flash message. And this is going to be a local. We won't be able to return this because it's borrowing it. So it would have to be into owned. Right. Oh, is it to owned? No. Ah, yes, yes it is. That's too much. Right. That's closer. It's not entirely what we want though. Now in this case, we should probably get the flash model actually returned from that take flash. So let's go back to event, and event is going to return an optional flash from the models. And yes, it'll be owned. Flash string, flash cookie. Okay. I'm going to parse the flash cookie, because at this point it should have already been unescaped. And then what? We just parse it. Hmm. That's an option to a result. I suppose. Now it's an option to a JS value. Map that again, but this time, oh, what's our deserialization scheme for this? All right. Looks like we can do that. This is going to be a Saturday WASM bind gen. No. Yes, Saturday WASM bind gen. From value. That's kind of it. Expected result found option. Oh, well, if that's the case, we could just return this here. The deserialize should have. Is it the error? Ah, we have to map the error. Okay. Yeah. That should get us the flash owned. So I'm going to take the flash. We'll get a vector of, not a vector of strings, a vector of flash owned. There we go. Now we no longer have to do the deserialization here. We already have that. Yeah, we could get it to a number of different errors here. Does, huh. Does this bubble all the way up? It must. All right, so we have okay there. What else? Messages here. Got our macro not being expanded. Okay, now we still have to change how we're adding cookies. What else? Because right now we're adding them to the headers directly. We need to do the encoding to them before we do that. Oh, wrong one. There. Yeah, I tend to use try from, like in this line here. Whenever I have a constructor that might fail, but I think I'm slowly warming up to that. Let's see. Rust, new. Is this like looked down upon? Should I return the result from new? All right, file open is an example of this kind of constructor. All right. Well, who answered? All right. Let's see. Is there a second opinion? Cannot move out of C, which is blind as reference. Jar get. Sees a cookie. Cookie has, oh, into owned takes ownership of it, doesn't it? Consumes it. So we just clone it. Why are they taking this by ownership? We have to clone it again just to remove it? They don't return the cookie that we're removing. Moving a new cookie does not result in a removal cookie unless there's an original cookie with the same name. Cookie jar, add name, delta is 1, remove name, 0, add original, name value, delta 1. Why? All right. That's so weird. Why couldn't they just borrow it? They don't have like a take or something, do they? For cookie jar? No. Okay. Let's mix the tunes up. Let's. Ladka 8? It's been a while. How are you? I've been well, thank you. I've been well. You don't see any Godot today. Oh, it's been a while. I'm making a website builder. So, yeah. Cannot borrow event is mutable. Oh. It's going to bubble up. All right. And at that point, we own it. So that's okay. Something like Wix? Yes, yes, exactly. But built on Cloudflare using their edge workers. Why does that have to be oh, there. I had too much over on this side. Rust looks completely foreign to you. It's grown on me. The gremlin, good morning. You have way too many points for some reason. So here's a fancy message. You got to cash out on the points. Unused cookie. All right, get rid of that. All right, now here we have a append. Append is called from that. Set cookie. That we need to change. All right. We're actually going to use the cookie object now. And we will use our cookie jar. So we're not going to do this here. That goes away. It's on response. It should be on event now. Where's event? All right. Am I a freelance developer slash consultant? I am not. I've considered it though. Maybe we should get rid of this. And then whoever needs to set a cookie can call it on the jar directly. Because we do have the cookie jar. So we're going to get rid of set cookie. Ladke, do you need some Rust development done? Is that why you're asking? Cookie equals cookie. Oh, there's a cookie builder. That's like a recipe. No. Let's go look and see. What does cookie builder do? Call cookie build to start building. Call fin. Okay. We already messed up. That should return a cookie builder. Name and value. It's going to be Flash and JSON value. Oh. For a flash, we're going to set a max age that has a duration of like 30 seconds. It should be cleared in that time. Then I have to come up with something for secure. How do we know if this is secure or not? Because I don't think we can access insecure cookies on localhost when we're not running with HTTPS here. We import cookie, import duration, expected time duration, found struct duration. Seems like the right type. What? Standard time duration. What does it want? Time duration. Oh, what is this is a different crate. Really? Uh, pulling cookie jar in has bloated my code base quite a bit. I think it bumped it, was it like 50, 40 kilobytes? See, how far back can we go? That far back. See, up here we're 171. $188. There you go, too. Thank you for the follow. Hmm. Do we create our own cookie jar without all this extra stuff? Maybe. Let's look and see what the code does. Oh. What do you call a fake noodle? Impasta. Ooh, good one. Original cookies, Delta cookies. Hash sets on those. Cookie jar. I just want a stripped down version of this. License, MIT and Apache licensed. Okay. Well, what's the best way to do this? We'll grab this because we're gonna hack and slash. We're gonna take a bunch of this out of there. We're gonna create like our little smaller version of this, much smaller version. All right. Target automl features. None. Nope. Version check. Interesting. What is. I'm going to clean this up. Huh. What is version check? A tiny crate to check the version of installed running Rust C. Okay. Yep. That's gone. That's gone. We got cookie. Description. Not even say let's do a copy. Hmm. I don't really like putting their names on this. I feel like I'm putting their seal of approval on it when I shouldn't. Um, I don't want to put their name on it when it doesn't exist. Um, like when their permission doesn't exist. Gonna get rid of build.rs. Okay. Oh, interesting. Huh. I like the way they formatted that. I want to get their names right. Let's go back to the code. All right. What else? Read me. All right. What's in scripts? Test. Hmm. Oh, that's interesting. What is this? Rustock has a test? Oh, well, that's fantastic. We'll leave that for a bit. Okay. Now, let the gutting commence. Lib. Yes, time is gone. Cookie, set max age. Value.into. Why would they use this instead of something else? All right, so first, let's go to lib. What do we have here? Unresolved external crate. Let's just delete those. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Oh, interesting. So we could go ahead and remove. Okay, that one goes away. Let's delete the mod. The module secure. What's insecure? Okay. Expiration draft. Delta and builder. Okay. Secure is gone. Percent encode is gone. Time. All right, let's just start at the top. This is going to go through so much of a change. The offset date time is not in standard. So what are they using that for? Returns the expiration date time of the cookie if one was specified. Hmm. This wasn't time supposed to be a drop-in replacement for that? It just worked with no standard. Fully interoperable with the standard library and mostly compatible. Well, let's make it work. Cookie builder draft, expiration jar, parse and parser. Fine. Cookies stir. Allow Clippy Porter arg. Huh. Alright. Duration. Standard time duration. Alright. Just gonna get these into owned. Value, name value, HTTP only. Secure, same site, max age. Path, domain, expires. What is this expiration? Ah, okay. That's their object. Expires datetime. Return the expiration date time of the cookie if one was specified. See, this gets the expiration and then just does a further conversion on it. We'll have to see where that comes back. Set value, set HTTP only. Set secure. Set same time, same site. 50% of the way through this. Set path, unset path, set domain, unset domain. Here we go. Into time. So that's a max date time. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Make permanent. Yeah, see here we're setting the max age and setting the expiration. Coming back to that. Make removal. Kind of doing the first pass. Name raw, value raw, path raw, domain raw, encoded. Bye-bye. Strip, new stripped. If the feature is percent encoded. All right. Hey, thank you for the follow. Black Zillion. We have this percent encoded. Wrapper around the cookie is display. Yep. Another percent encoded bit. Here we're implementing display for display. Oh, do we need that for something? Let's undo a little bit of that. That one we can get rid of. this section can go away. Wraparound cookie whose display implementation either presented codes the cookie's name and value, skips displaying the cookie's parameters, or both. Interesting. I think we're just going to end up with a simplified version. Like so. Does not present. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and see. A little iffy on this one. Partial equals. Okay. Yep, that goes away. All right, 15 errors. Good. Now we can open Builder. Anything we have to strip out of here expires. Max age. Yeah, we'll get around to the time bit here in a moment. Secure. Permanent. Nope. Okay. Builder's good. Delta. That's fine. Parse. Percent encoding. Time. Goodbye. Not percent encoding. Okay. Parse center. Okay. Let's parse. Draft. Good. Jar. Let's go away. Yes, and I want to make a change here. I actually don't want to use a hash set. I want it to compile smaller, and using a hash set's going to bring in all the hashing code. So we're going to try to avoid that. We'll do that change after. Remove. Yeah, I think this is just add remove stuff. I'm looking for any of those features. Private. Oh yes, and we are returning the private jar, removing private jar stuff as well. That's private. Signed. Get rid of that. And sign immutable. Okay. Or dot add. Yes. That's jar. What else? Lib and expiration. We were already in lib. All right. Now, now we have all the time errors. Okay. Why wouldn't we have set max age? Something that is an actual duration. Uh, Close that. Duration. Good. Okay. Yes. What is this offset date time? Let's go to their docs. A primitive date time with a UTC offset. Get rid of that. Expiration for a permanent cookie at a specific date time. And there is no date time, is there? That's why they're using this time. Heck. Standard doesn't have that. Standard time. Structs. It's kind of an instant. We could just remove expiration from the cookie handling. That's not a bad idea. Just rely on um the other one. So in Cloudflare, we should be able to get the time, right? Like that's a thing. We should be able to do that. So yeah, we've got max age and expires. I can say when. So we could just use max age instead of expires. Expires is nice though. Is there any reason we would need an expiration expires versus the other? If we never set expiration, like expires, but we only have max age. Cookies are session cookies if they don't specify an expires or max age attribute. Permanent cookie. Yep, expires or max age. So why would we want both? Because if we just work in max age, it seems like it would have the same effect. We are going to remove that. That means expiration goes away, doesn't it? Set expires. Unset expires. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Expires date time, that goes away. All right, expiration. Where's this even used now? Here. Oh, I missed one. Interesting. Is it just in the same file now? Expiration jar. Yeah, where does this come from? Parse GMT date. This is, yeah, if we have expires. What if there's something we don't know? that used anywhere else in the tests? Okay, we're almost there. That's super. Yep, that's gone. Okay, so where to lib? Yep, that's gone. And that goes away. Parse. Yep, that's gone. Same with this one. I think we can get rid of expiration, as nothing else is using it. Huh, there we go. Start with jar. Goes away. Make permanent. Days. Um, and this is going to be, so we need 20 years in seconds. That's 86,400. That's a day. Oh, they're just missing one. There. Hmm. Max age. That's a duration. Has seconds. Self that expires. That's gone. Good morning, only cliches. We are doing the thankless job of trimming something down. We're taking the cookie crate and making it crumbs. All right. Ooh. Neon Outlaw, how you doing? Interested in going into game development with no knowledge on it? Got any info? Oh my goodness. Um, most wow. Unity engine. Um, Unity, Unreal, they're both really good. My favorite is Godot, the Godot engine. Um, it really depends. What kind of games are you interested in making? Because there's a whole like spectrum of games. You have like toys, and you have stories. Then you have like kind of fantasy where you're kind of role playing. Is there like a here 0 seconds duration as sex? Is there a does duration have max value? Hmm. Oh, there's a duration 0. Constants unit epoch. Oh, your stream froze. It happens every now and then here. I'm on Starlink. Hmm. Yeah, it's not kicking on today. So what did you catch? Yeah, streaming through Starlink. And we only have, I don't know, less than 2 minutes of downtime a day. So it's actually working really, really well. It's better than my last one. It costs me half as much and gives me like 25 to 40 times the speed. Yeah. So all in all, a good change. Here's the struct. Here's duration. Okay, so they have a public const. Oh, and they also have max. Good. Yeah, we're gonna change this up a bit. Oh, nope, not that one. Just these three. Oops. No, not that. There we go. Save all of those. Did I get that correct? Oh, should be that one. Is it a realistic career goal? Yeah. And if you use the Godot engine, you don't have to pay them. Oh, wait, what's going on here? So we've got this parse here. Hmm. That's better. They needed a U64 for the from seconds. And it should have already checked to see if it was negative or not. If it's negative, we do 0. Otherwise, that. It still should be safe. All right, 0. Yeah, it's interesting. Neon Outlaw. I would try making something really small first, right? Something like a little toy app, a little game, a little tiny thing, and just get a taste of it, you know? Yeah, we've got the test we got to fix. Lib looks okay. Oh, that's unused. All right, now just parse. Minutes. Whoa. Well, no, 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 no. Go back, go back, go back. We're here. Expires daytime. We're not doing that anymore. That's gone. Okay, what's next? Seconds. This would be max with fewer parens. Pong or Pac-Man tiny? Actually, Pac-Man's not tiny. But yeah. I mean, Pong is tiny. Pac-Man, you got all the little ghost AI, the levels, and all sorts of stuff. Right? They've got some complicated boards. But yeah, Pac-Man would be a good game to do. Something along those lines. Duration. Max value, whole seconds. Max dot as seconds. All right. Well, we stripped it down. Cargo. This is like tiny now. How did I start, Mister? I started as a programmer. I always wanted to make games. I'm still an aspirational game developer. I've worked in that industry actually for less than 2 years. Actually, the yeah, it was a year and a half we worked on it, and it was a fantastic, intense experience. But it was intense. Then the game launched, and the company got sold, and the developers got, yeah. It's a common story in the game industry. That's kind of a hand wavy description of what happened. All right. Attempted ad with overflow. Great. Oh, no. That's a game industry. The game industry can be rather cutthroat. It's kind of like the movie industry, right? You come on, you make a movie, and you go on. It's it's entertainment. Uh, where is this? Here. Do not panic on large max arguments. Of cookie. Max age. Yes. We set the cookie. Set max age. That's duration. Now what is max age here? Option to a duration. Okay, so it's just wrapped. How many seconds? Yes, in this case, max seconds overflows. What is the maximum value for max age? Neon Outlaw, thank you for the follow. Yeah, and let us know your progress. Like which engine you choose to start out with. Are you a programmer? I, I think Unreal has was it C sharp? They use C sharp. Do they have another? I don't. I don't remember. It's basically .NET. Whereas, oh no, that's Unity. That's Unity. Unity has that. Unreal does C++. Thank you. Only cliches. And then Godot has a plethora of them, but it's kind of Python-like. And I've used each one. The Unreal is gorgeous, but you know they also have this cool sort of visual scripting language, which is kind of neat to use. Um, Unity, I used a decade ago or more. Yep, and it also has C sharp now too, right? You can download the version that uses C sharp. So C sharp's also a kind of first class language for it. Let's see. Did not set it for more than 1 year in the future. Hmm. Interesting. C is extra difficult? Oh, I love C. So in this case, we have the expected in too many seconds. Say, oh, we actually overflow here. um, do not panic on large max ages. It's funny because it's actually the test that's panicking, not not that. Actually, why does it say it's +1? Let's look. What is the diff here? Duration, max value, whole seconds. See, they end up converting it to a U64 here because in this case, it's actually an I64 because the iteration from the time create's using signed values here. Oh. Yeah, this is just some really large value. So let's use a U32 max for that then. Oh, sure. As U64, fine. Mismatch types, expected U64, found struct duration. Max as U64. There we go. But why is it why do we have a +1 there? All right. Yeah, we differ on opinion. Um, but that's fine. Oh, bad word blocked. Sorry. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, my preferred tool would be Godot. Um, that's what I used to for my kids when we're playing around with that stuff. And you're gonna get multiple answers. Everybody's got an opinion on this stuff, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing because we've all had different experiences on this. Way more courses on, yeah. I end up using the ones from um, GD Quest. I really like those. Just remember the important thing is your goal. Whichever route you choose, just make a game, right? Just make a game. Left cookie, max age. Oh, none. Why does that have an S on it? Cookie string. Oh, we got a some and a none here. I wonder why that is. Value, concrete bar, max age. Huh. Yeah, it must be seconds. And we are setting seconds here. Assert equals parse. Oh, I see. Is this theirs? Oh, it is theirs. Look at that. Okay. So they're expecting max age. How many seconds? And what is expected here? All right, what does this actually do? We parse the string, then assert equal cookie to expected. Oh, I see. We're creating a cookie. Foo equals bar. Max age is equal to this. All right. Max age. They're off by one here. Why is it off by one? That I saw this earlier. We've got this plus one here. What is the purpose of this test? Let's look at the original. Up here. Max seconds. So we create a expected cookie. Oh. Oh. No, I've changed this so it actually supports larger numbers. And we can't actually create a number larger. Yeah, this doesn't really work anymore. Do not panic on large max ages because I'm not using duration any longer. Not the time duration, which is I64. I'm using a U64 for duration. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe it should be an I64 instead. But we're storing something as a duration, and durations aren't negative, so max age is going to be 0 or greater. I think this test is bogus now because the I64 isn't the same thing. Yeah, that would be like, we can't actually represent that number anymore. All right. What's the other one? A parse very large max ages. Okay. How much algebra are you really doing in coding? There's loads of algebra, and also been told you just need basic addition knowledge. Oh, goodness. For what I generally do, um, well, it's different in games. Games you end up using a little bit more. Um, it's funny, I end up using quite a bit more geometry and trigonometry, um, direction, angles, all that stuff. End up using a lot more. Um, yeah, but algebra would be helpful because you're typically not writing the graphics engine, right? You would need much more for that. But for doing the logic and you know checks and things in the game itself, the game logic, I'd say you use a little bit, but mostly you're gonna be it's logic, right? If you're further away than this, I can't see you. If you're closer than this, then I aggro, right? That sort of thing. Um, is there a collision? Right, so you might have to check distances from points and speed, calculating speeds. How does this acceleration work? Um, let's run the test. Should only have that one failing. Yeah. Okay, that's on line what? 440. Oh, here. Yeah, that should be a U64 max. Hmm. It's expected. They're saying, and why would this be max value for a negative? That seems wrong. Or it's a very large max ages. Okay, so if we have a very large negative max age here. Huh. Zach Rip, good morning. Yeah, I'm the same way. Front end stuff. Like what? I'm going to change the luminosity of a color using a special formula. I might write that myself. Oh, and only cliches. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. my my coffee habit is well stocked. I thank you. NPM installs all in a hard day's work. Your favorite chat. Those are some strong words there, Neon. Oh, there's so many channels out there. No, you're up too early, Zach. Huh? All right. I don't understand why this one didn't fail. Because we built a cookie with a max age of the max duration, which is a gigantic number. It's a max value of a U64. And then here we're taking an I64 and saying that it's negative. Like these max ages all have negative values, right? They put this little negative sign right there, there. Here they don't. So in this case, when they go to parse the string, they parse this cookie, then they compare the two cookies together. But a negative max age is not supposed to make it max value, is it? Expiration. Yeah, we're not doing expires. Where's max age? Here we go. If it's negative, it should be 0. Yeah. Oh, we won't say anything. Hmm. No. Oh, they're setting it here. They set it to 0. Oh, thank you. I didn't see that. There it is. And then here they set it to max. Okay, that should work now. It all makes sense now. Now we're on 440. Still. U64, max value. It's a very large number. Why didn't they just use max? Who knows? Oops. Max, max, max. Watching Call of Duty just isn't for you. Oh, and that's your thing. All right, so what's different here? Oh, what? The right side has 9551615.9999999. Ah, that's true. Interesting. I forgot about that. The maximum duration just isn't in seconds. So when we compare these, the max age on the cookie isn't quite the same because we shouldn't be able to do fractional seconds for a cookie, for expiration of a cookie. Hey, a melody. Good morning. Let's see, what did they have before? Yeah, they're max seconds for duration. There. That should be the same then. Woo! What was that? Where'd all those errors come from? Oh, are those the doc tests? Oh yeah, all the doc tests are very broken. Yeah. All right. Not as concerned about that. Um, that we left all the documentation in there when we made this work. We basically took the cookie crate and we compiled it down to a much, well, let's call it the crumbly crate or something like that. Um, we're trying to reduce the size of this. And there was a hash set in here. That is on my no list. All right. We're going to remove hash set now. Now to do this, we have to understand what are they keying off of for this? Delta cookie. Do they implement hash for partially equal here? So they're using the name, the cookie's name. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're actually going to get rid of this implementation just to make sure. Here, does anybody else implement hash? No. Good. So that'll actually cause a number of errors. Oops. Here. Just going to do vectors here. Basically, I'm not expecting that the cookies in a cookie jar are going to be substantial in size. Right? Iterating through and checking the name of each one should be fast enough. I mean, given the number of cookies that I'm expecting something like this is going to have, it might actually be faster than hashing and looking up in the hash table. All right. But now we broke everything. So, all right. So we have delta cookies. We're going to get it by name. And we're going to be returning a reference to it, right? So we look it up in the delta cookies or the original cookies. And then if it's removed, we return none. Otherwise, we return a reference to the cookie. Got it. Now, what did this used to do? So for a hash set, let's see. Hash set would have returned an option to the value, right? Yeah, option to a reference of the value. And we have a vector. And vectors, you can't do that. But you can iterate and then call find. Or first. No, that's the first one. That's an iterator, isn't it? Find, there it is. So we find it and you get an option to the item. All right. Iter.find. Now we have to give it a predicate. And this would be, let's see, delta cookie and dc dot name is equal to name. Oh, that's a cookie stir. That's a stir. Can you not compare those two? That should be okay. Tell the cookie cannot be indexed by stir. Yes. Same thing here. Iter find. And this is OC, original cookie. And OC OC.name is equal to name. Where, it was in lib, wasn't it? Hey, Tommy Luco. How you doing? Tenable. I do not know of Tenable. All right. No. DC.name. Cookie stir. Index or concrete. Oh, interesting. So we could call toStir on it. Or we could implement partial equal for cookie stir against this other thing. That's interesting. How did that work before? We were calling get on the hash set. So it was hash that was doing it, wasn't it? Oh, they offered you the job. Oh, wonderful. Very nice. All right, let's impl cookie stir. We're going to impl partial equal for cookie stir. That needs they use C. That's so cute. All right. Self another. Partial equal stir. Wait, how do you implement partial equal? Right hand side of self. Oh, and Journey in AI. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, partial equal book format for book. Okay. There we go. So now we compare self versus other, cookie stir versus that. So self, we either have indexed or the other thing, or concrete. And what's it indexed into? Oh, it's indexed into the original string. Oh, yeah, sorry, I don't even think it's not usually the realm. I mean, somebody else might, but I don't. Into owned. See this name here. Maybe we should just call name to stir. Yeah, that should be fast enough. Let's get rid of this. Go back to where we were. There we go. You gotta go? Wife wants to stroll through the city. Oh, nice. And remember, Glassdoor is full of angry people that have left the company um, due to one thing or the other. So take it with a grain of salt. Because, man, when people get bitter, they really get bitter. So just be cautious with those reviews. That's a pro for you? That's fine. Just see it for what it is, right? Oh, automata. What? I lost my. There we go. Is it a remote job? Interesting. Yep, now we have our vector. I want to get an index. So we want to find a specific cookie. Hmm. Thank you, Maven. Can't even get the first job yourself. I think I have to give up C++. Oh, interesting. Looking for C++ gigs, huh, Mickey? I don't have anything like that for you, but what sort of C++ do you do? Range, delete, new, push, pop, remove, splice, replace with, huh? Say, I just want to replace one. I am the RHG. Good morning. You want to make a good CMS for a while? We are working on the very beginnings of this. I mean, we're working on our cookie jar at the moment because this is going into Cloudflare, and we're basically having to do a law from scratch. 240 decibels. That's loud. Thank you for that follow. That okay. Copy ends with fill first get. They have a set iter r swap. Hmm. Swap remove. I want some sort of yeah. See, I don't want to do a swap remove. I mean, I could push something onto the end and then swap remove it into there. That's kind of weird. Swap with slice. No. How do you replace one element in a vector with another one? I guess you could do a remove and then an insert. Yeah, but I don't want to do the shift to the left. That's expensive. I mean, it would be faster to put it on the end and then do the swap remove. Is there a specific DB I plan to use? Yeah, you built in an entire web framework in Elm instead of actually building the app itself. I'm on that track. I am using Cloudflare's web workers. So there's two places I can store data in their KV store and their durable objects. So KV for a bunch of stuff and durable objects for the things that need more acid style storage. I think we're going to do a swap remove. Unless it's on iterator. It contains, ends with. There are so many functions here. Oh, I could get something mutably. So I could get the index and then replace the contents of it. All right. So we get the position, get the element mutably, and do that. All right. We can do that. So yeah, they're cool. They're really neat. So we are going to self.originalcookies.iter. Find, no, position. I want to know the position, and our predicate is, let's see, OC, and our OC is going .name is equal to, cookie.name. Here. So we don't have to calculate that on each iteration. Now that's going to be a sum or a none. No. Add original was calling replace before. And that's on a hash set. Does a hash set automatically insert if it doesn't find it? Let's double check. They were not doing. Hey, Johnny. How you doing? Now, we have the index. It's going to be a summer none. Oh, we can do it this way. There. Oh, so nice. So if we have a position. Oh. Thank you for the notice there. I need to rearrange these things so I can see them better. That is just out of the corner of my eye. Couldn't see it. There we go. Thank you. All right. So if we have a position, hydrate. I know. I go through like a liter and a half of water for a stream. Now at this point, oh, Ryan, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. We're going to do a self dot, was it original cookies dot get mutably. We're going to get the one at that position. Right? And this returns an option. Nope. Let's try it again. Oh, look at that. What do we want to call that? What do they call it here? Element? Sure. Element. So that's how we insert there. If we don't have a position, then we will just append it to the list. We could try to keep a sorted set of these, but still, I don't expect that to be a performance bottleneck. We're going to have so few of these. My time has come. So I got 10 minutes. It's coffee time, and all of those subscriptions that you guys have tossed my way actually helps fuel my coffee addiction. Actually, it's decaf, but man, I love coffee. I drink it straight. It's black, and it's decaffeinated. I've actually spent some time going over and finding the coffee I like. A GitHub repo for this project. It's in multiple repos actually. I've got one that has the kind of the core elements that are not yet open source, mostly because it's easier to give than to take away. And then the pieces that are kind of all on their own, are already open source. So I call it mimeograph. And if you look in the source hut repository over there, you'll find the pieces that have become open source. The router is what we're working on here, the cookie jar. It's going to be open source. That and as more and more pieces get built up, more and more of it's going to be open source. But kind of the secret sauce at the moment is not. Push the cookie onto the end. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. There's add original. All right. Replace again. Delta cookies. Maybe we should impl replace for a vector. Hmm. I'm surprised this doesn't exist already. Iterator. Where's iter on this? Iter. It implements iterator, right? Here. And itermute. That returns an itermute. Maybe we're doing this wrong here. Itermute. And then here, we just want to replace the first one. Let's say we have an itermute and we want to just change the first one. Slice itermute. So itermute implements iterator. Iterator. Oh, any. There we go. Any. So we get the mutable reference to that. And then if these are the same, then we have let's point to by OC is equal to cookie. And we return true. Otherwise, false. Did I get my parens right? There. So that should stop after modifying the first one. And then if it's not replaced, we insert it. That's a little better. Right. As we hit it, we replace it. Here, let's, before the tests, replace cookie. Function replace. Cookie. Most of these are Delta cookies, aren't they? Like what we were working on. Here. That's a cookie. And here we end up doing something with a Delta cookie. We have a cookie. Create a Delta cookie from a cookie. All right. It looks like most of these take a cookie and don't return anything. Replace cookie for back of Delta cookie. All right. That's that one. Where was our code that we just did here? Hold on. Let me go back. Okay. Okay. To be really, really precise on that. There it is. I don't know. It's more of like a update or insert, right? Nope, no, no, no. There. Not going to get that one mixed up. Okay. There we go. They can only be used if they're in scope. Oh, self dot, I put that on the wrong thing. It should have been self dot original cookies. Good. All right. All right. Remove. Force remove. Oh, this is an easy one. I'll have to come back to that. Okay. Ah, drat. I'm not going to get it done this stream. All right. But we're going to find a raid target. Now, Musean has made this fantastic tool for finding what is what streams are out there. So if we were looking for like a C++, we could search Twitch just like this. It only searches science and tech for me. Learning C++. Let's see. Who else do we have out there today? Hirosa, Lana, Jessica Mack. Haven't rated Jessica in a while. Who else? You guys have a preference? Jessica or Hirosa? Hmm. What is Jessica streaming? Here, let's, actually, it looks fantastic. Look at this. Jessica's got a C++ game engine from scratch. It's just amazing. And they're building this game with it. I love the colors and everything in it. All right, let's set up the raid. Oh, wrong one. M-A-K. There we go. I wonder what the other one was. Who knows? All right, we're going to raid Jessica. All right, y'all. Till next time. Bye-bye.